Hello everybody, me again. If you don't know who I am, that is perfectly understandable, because I don't seem to either at the moment. I've gone by many pseudonyms. I was previously Muttley, or Jam, or Jamjar Hastings. The YouTube channel is currently just named after my actual name for once, so I guess, hello everyone, I'm Jamie Cutting. And yeah, I'm going through my backlog of videos that have been made but not published. For far too long. Hopefully all of these backlog videos won't have a waffly intro quite to this extent, but as you can see we're starting out on Project Cars 2. If you follow me on Twitter, by the way, there is a link in the description. I did allude to the fact that I might be doing this, so if you watch it, you should, I mean, just know what you're getting yourself in for. So yeah, I've already mentioned Project Cars 2. This is from when I was trying to do some sort of mini-series about me going through the career, obviously starting in this Formula Rookie that I seem to be very much struggling with on cold tyres on the first outlap of practice. So this would have been me driving on my wheel, in single player, through the career. Yeah, there's not much more explaining I can do. I haven't got a clue what happens in this video. I'm doing the commentary now on the 27th of December, and I'm going to have to specify 2019, because the footage of this race comes from the 24th of June 2018. So yeah, pretty much, well yeah, over 18 months ago and 3 days. Well, that's almost very specifically close to the 18 months. If you've watched any of my videos before, no matter what the pseudonym, you know I waffle, so I apologise for that, but we've completed an outlap now and going into turn 1 for the first time at speed. That's not a good start. So we're still in practice for this next clip, heading into the Parabolica. A little bit of a lock up on the brakes by the sounds of things, carrying far too much speed, and that's all a big wiggle. That's a secondary little wiggle. Pretty impressed I managed to handle that. Heading back down into turn 1 then of this horrible short layout. And I don't know how much later this is, but I still haven't got the braking point correct. So, still only 10 minutes into practice, heading out of the pit once again. There's a car coming up on the map I can see right behind me. But I've got slightly warmer tyres this time, obviously didn't change them in the pits. And that car's going up the inside. Yeah, and he's made a little bit of contact, and I've had a little bit of a very slow speed tank slapper. So where are we headed to now? Just right to the end of the practice session. Still can't get a hang of turn 1, or at least I made it somewhat. Okay, and there we are then, at the end of practice. That didn't look like a particularly good session, and no, last on the times. As always, my preview screen is far too small to read the actual times, but I can at least see roughly what position I'm in. So this is qualifying then, just 3.5 minutes to go in this session, and looking at my editing clips, this is going to be the one and only clip from qualifying, so presumably this is me on a lap where I don't crash, because I'm hoping this is going to be my fastest lap of the session. As you can see from the top left, I'm currently last, unsurprisingly. And as you can see from the top right, I've got a nice bit of free air in front and hopefully behind me. Hopefully that'll be enough so that the AI don't catch me. And I mean, we're already at the final corner. Very short circuit here. So, yeah, not a lot of commentating you can really do when the track is just 2 long straights and a couple of corners. So, where is this going to put us? Or you can see I'm up on my time, and we're going to go last still. But you know, at least it was an improvement. Yeah, not great that one, is it? Not promising in the slightest. Hopefully I can do better in the race. It would be quite hard to do much worse. So lights out and away we go. And as always on Project Cars against the AI, I make a good start heading... Ooh, is that sort of off track to the right hand side as I dive up the inside of a couple of people into turn 1. Get it all stopped nicely though, no contact, no wheel banging, haven't sent anyone flying, which is definitely a possibility. And I'm being attacked back by a blue car on my left. Oh, he's backed out of that one sensibly because I've run rather wide. Now we can see a replay from the exterior cameras. You can see the actual getaway was perhaps slightly later than the AI, but kicking up a little bit of tyre smoke has got a bit of wheel spin off the line. All my teammates right up there in turn 1. In turn 1? On the front row even. So that's 3, almost 5 cars I'm looking to overtake. But we do know that the red and white car, or the white with a red striped car, gets back past, and I forced that blue car out. So yeah, a very good start indeed. Can I manage to hold on to these positions for the next 7 or so laps though? That's a ballsy move. Have I really just gone and done that? Round the outside of the Parabolica with a whopping run onto the front straight as well. This is still the first lap? Bloody hell. Okay. 12th to 6th on an opening lap. That's not too shabby. And I'll tell you what, although this was 18 months ago, oh, that's a big accident, and that wasn't my fault. It really wasn't my fault. What the hell happened here? Oh, okay, we're going to go back and watch the move of me flying around the outside of the Parabolica. Not perhaps that impressive from that particular camera angle, because you couldn't really see what was going on. And then we're moving off to the right hand side. Oh, we're cutting down to the end of the straight, diving into turn 1, and oh crikey, that was a big pirouette from the car behind. We're going to go back and to slow motion now, focusing on one of the other cars. So it's the light blue car that gets caught up on the wall on the inside. The white and red car checks up, and the dark blue car absolutely wallops him from the back and sends him flying. And that quite handily holds the rest of the pack up, so I shouldn't be able to finish any lower than where I already am. Now, I believe I was trying to say something off a little bit of a tangent before that happened. Yes, he is. Although this was 18 months ago, I do remember the discrepancy between the straight line speed in the race compared to qualifying and practice. I mean, even just looking at that, I know I've run wide, so I probably should have backed off earlier. But even going into the Parabolica there, without too much slipstream, I was hitting, what was it, 123 miles an hour? And even now, 115, 118, that's 120 already. In practice and qualifying, I don't think I ever managed to go over 120 miles an hour. That's why my gears are so short, and that's why I'm so far into the red at 126 miles an hour in the race, because I just didn't think that it would be possible to go that fast. Surely the bits of slipstream that I am getting, maybe it does have far more of an effect. I mean, I'm a Forza player. I'm used to slipstream doing practically nothing. So, yeah, definitely an odd one. And, well, it's easy to get a best second sector when you've got slipstream towing you along. And that's a nice move up the inside on the exit of the Parabolica, and I'm going to use that momentum. Again, 125. I can't go... If I had my gears even longer, I could maybe even be touching 130, which is ludicrous. If you go back to the start of the video, to when I was absolutely waffling about nothing interesting, and just watch it even on mute, which is probably better for most of my videos, but that's besides the point. And you'll see in practice and qualifying when I'm heading down the long straights, even if when that shot when I massively overshot turn 1 at the end of practice, there's no way I was doing 126 miles an hour. I just wasn't. Otherwise I would have set my gears to be longer. Because I don't... it's just... So 123 that time, and I knew that I knew I'd end up finding something like this to ramble on. But it's better than my actual commentating, because we know what that's like. So yeah, bit of a mistake into the Parabolica there, and we've lost a couple of places, but we're still P5. No, we're not. That's lap 5. And P4, even better. Oh, now I'm P5. See, I was just foreshadowing. That's definitely what I was doing. As my teammate, who started on the front row, remember? I'm pretty sure it was him. No, it's definitely him that I saw, but I think it was the front row that I saw him on at the start of the race. Could be wrong. I'm not really sure. But yeah, there he is, in my mirror, looking over my shoulder at him. And can we make up a second place on this pit straight? Yeah, you can see that here the gear's topping out again at 126. Oh, there's car up ahead, clattering the curb. And a lovely defensive move from that light blue car for defending the podium. Just launching it around my outside. Now, what the hell is he doing there? I don't think if he could decide whether to pull out or not. And that stupid little bit of weaving has absolutely gifted me his position that he didn't need to. And now I've gone for a lunge on the dark blue car. A little bit of a slide through turn 1, but perhaps not very cleanly, but I did get it done. Now we're going to watch a replay from sort of a third-person camera here. There's a little bit of wheel banging, but you know what? That was aggressive, but I'm still fairly happy with that. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I've backed out of a move for the lead, going into the Parabolica. Now, why would I do that? I'm guessing so I can still have his slipstream later on. Are we going to go for it? That's his... No. Ooh, yeah, maybe. I've backed out of it again on lap 7. Am I just playing games here? Am I just going to try and go for the lead on the last lap? Because I think the slipstream is that powerful. I mean, it is rather me-like to play silly games like that when I should just be focusing on just racing. But okay, that is the lead taken then, as we go around the Parabolica onto starting the last lap. I think I was a bit slow through the Parabolica there. I may have seen in my mirror that the guy seemed to sort of check up behind me. So heading into turn 1 this time. First time of the race I haven't had someone in front of me going into it, and you can see that that's not helped, because I've had someone to follow and match their braking points, and this time I haven't, and I've run wide. So there the guy goes for the lead. Oh, okay. Not quite for the lead. Did he take the lead? We're alongside. He didn't actually manage to clear me, but look at that straight line speed difference. He should have had the better exit, surely. But even without any slipstream, you can see they've just about touched 120 mile an hour. And I'm going to hark back to that point again. I don't think I was doing 120 mile an hour without slipstream. So, why am I on the grass? Get off the grass. Don't go in the pit lane. This is the end of the race. Don't be doing shit like that. So I've just found the title for this video. This is going to be a last to first challenge. Completely inadvertently, because I've got no idea how or why that happened. I wonder, can you see the best lap time there? I can't quite read it. I think that says a 54.5. I couldn't read what it was in quality either, but it'd be interesting. Interesting indeed to see how those two compare. So then, there we have the roundup of the race. I mean, nothing you didn't really know there, apart from perhaps the fastest lap, who gets a bonus point for it. And so we have the championship standings. Third place for me, my first win of the season, first podium of the season here, apparently. I mean, this series isn't going to continue, by the way. It's just I've got the footage, so I'm going to make a video out of it. I do remember that I have carried on this career off camera and not done a huge amount many more races, but as of this video, I got the win. We're leading the team's championship. I'm third in the standings. It's a bit of a nothing video, but hopefully it was a little bit of fun, and there'll be many more where that came from. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.